Hey guys, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin. What is up? It is Wednesday. You know, I start to think about we should make Wednesday show a little bit earlier because everybody needs to go to work, so they don't usually, stay long enough for the entire show. So, how is everybody going? We do have Fernando. We have Juan. Very early today. Only a few. Still like a minute early, but it's not too big deal. I figure I start early, a few minutes every single time just to see, if I can start early or chit chat or, whatever kind of thing. So, let's see. Why is the chat not showing up today? Every time there's always a little bit thing going on here and there that makes certain thing not appear correctly. So let's do this. That's not it. It's this one. Wait. Turn it off and turn it back on. Usually works. Here we go. Hey. I turn it back on. Go back in there. What? So we will, have a few more minutes to see if anybody join us. From that, and while I look at this chat setting, make sure everything's good. Okay. Refresh. Done. Okay. So, while that is loading, let's talk about what we're gonna smoke today. It was showing, and now it's kind of weird. Today we're smoking this Scorpion Fumas from Camacho. It's the Conneticut Robusto. I've been waiting to try this for a while now. I literally was gonna buy it right away when it first came out, especially when Cigar was carrying it. But for various reasons, I have other things to do, so I didn't buy it. And now I made an order. I was like, oh, this thing's still on. Let's buy it. So I ended up buying it. I think for me it would be a good comparison because I like Camacho cigars. I mean, Honduran cigars. There's not many Honduran cigars out there, and for at least for Davidoff lines of where it's going, Camacho is the only one that makes the Honduran for them. So Honduran cigars. We'll see how this compare up to the full-blown version of the Camacho, which we all should be very familiar with because it's one of those cigars that everybody smokes. And we'll see how this mixture come to life. Is it good? Is it bad? And today, because I'm not on a diet today, so I actually get to pair with my cream soda. Now, if you never check how much sugar is in cream soda, it's ridiculous. We're talking about 43 grams of sugar. That's literally this much of sugar. So, but it is what it is. Let's get started with this thing. I'm gonna open it up, cut and light. If I can find scissors, there it is. But what is up, Joe? You guys having anything to smoke? I saw people already start smoking very early in the evening already, probably 5, 6 o'clock. I see people posting what they're smoking. So, how do I want to cut this thing? Cut this right in the half? No. Like this, maybe? Here we go. Preserve the label. Because he says, he actually have a label that says, imported tobacco. It says imported tobacco, seal guarantee for Havana seed tobacco, Honduras. So apparently they want to stress that this is Honduras tobacco. They do have a version where this thing comes in a box, but that's not where I bought it from. So maybe if I like it, I'll end up buying the version that comes in the box. They do have a version that comes in a paper box. I obviously prefer a box better because it's easier to store. Something like this, I had to toss into my humidor, which is kind of annoying. Right? So cost saving number one is obviously imperfect wrappers and no bend. So this wrapper is definitely not perfect. Has a little bit of blemish here and there. Right? They can tell that they re-glued it on a little bit. No bends. The cap are relatively. There's a large cap and a small cap. The small cap is way too small. The small cap is it's not even a bend it width. It's so tiny. It literally ends right here. That's where the second part of it is. It does smells very good. It does smells like the full-blown version of Camacho. It has a little bit of spiciness to it because the spice just went to my nose, so it's kind of spicy in the smell. So we'll find out. Hashimoto, what's going on? Draw is great as usual. I don't know. I never had a problem with the Davidoff draws, I think. Okay, so let's heat this up. By the way, I made a post about getting a Gurkha, and before I walked down, my wife just stares at me like, I heard you got a Gurkha. I was like, yeah. And she's like, She also said this. If I told you I stalked you, is it still count as stalking? I was like, yeah, of course he does. She's like, why? I said, because you didn't tell me the moment that you stalked me. She's like, damn it. We got to South California, my father-in-law. I'm sorry. Well, have a good cigar, you know? Honor your father-in-law the correct way. So, what you guys having for smoke, let me know, and I'll let you guys know how this Fuma end up tasting like. I mean, obviously, if you don't know what Fuma is, if you're watching this for the very first time and you never understand what Fuma is, do not confuse this Fuma with the Japanese Fuma. It's not the same. Fuma just pretty much means that it's gotta be like Cuban sandwich, short filler cigars. Okay. Okay, interesting. At first puff, it's got very, very thick flavor. Like right away, you can tell that it's a Honduran cigar. It tastes very similar. It almost reminiscing of a lounge right there. $2 of chop suey waiting for you. This also had a little bit of that star anise taste, but it's such in the back corner that you can only taste it, but it doesn't linger. This is what I want on the new Filthy Viking. If the new Filthy Viking did not have that taste in the forefront, it would be perfect. But it was because it was so much in your face that I didn't like it as much as I thought it would. But this one has that. It's in the background. Perfect. Hey, Travis. In terms of flavor, I would say slightly, just a tad, a little bit less creamy. But the flavors are there. The flavor compared to the regular Camacho, Conneticut, it's very similar. If not, this is a little bit more separated, not together like the original Camacho. But the components are out there. It tastes like it, and this is like fraction of the price. You're like getting 16 cigar for like $20 something. Fraction of the price. It has a tad of small amount of bitterness that wasn't there in the regular Camacho for sure. but every components are there. Is it less refined, less full? Yeah, it's less refined, less full. But is it gonna satisfy a person that just want a cigar and tastes like Honduran cigar? Yeah, I absolutely think that this is pretty good. Surprisingly good. Like I could be happy with it. Good. Burn, I can tell that it burns really fast. This thing definitely burns really fast. Okay. This thing definitely burns pretty fast. 2 puff, 3 puff, it's like 1/3 almost. So let's talk about what's going on in the Legion. Obviously, Legion's crazy. Legion having crazy stuff going on. I mean, we have the bad 3 trios. I was making those comments. You know, I actually like that kind of environment where people were able to joke around with each other and then just, you know, give each other a hard time. But it's not really a hard time that makes you angry. It's more like a hard time that makes you laugh. I think that, you know, when you have true friends, you allow that to happen. You can see the good side of those insults, and really make that the main point of the day. You know, the insults are not, it's not affecting you. The insults making you smile, and that is really important to have. I think that really shows that we're like a family. You know, we don't mind those kind of stuff. It's really fun. It makes people smile. Even the people that are not really involved can jump in, throw a couple, you know, below the bell punches there, and still be funny. So I think that's great. That's great. And real friend make fun of each other. Yeah, premium cigar shop called Premium. I don't know. How premium can you be? Like going there, every cigar has to cost like at least $40 each for me to consider as premium. Like if I go to a shop that's that has cigar that's under $40 and then majority are between $10-15, I would say that's just high end. But if you want to call it premium, every cigar better be some ridiculous amount of money. I don't know. Could be me. This cigar tastes really manly, in a way. Okay, so yeah, that you know, that kind of stuff happens, great. And we'll talk about also who our next character is gonna be, which funnily is gonna end up to be Sherry. Sherry is gonna be the next character. I figured I asked because I didn't know where this is kind of gotta go. You know, we keep carrying new characters, a new thing on the thing, and end up we're literally just making our own logo. Let me see if I can. Right? Okay. Granted that Sherry is not a redhead, but if I created one person already and I created a female, literally makes this. It almost made me feel like, you know, I might as well just replace this with Well and replace this with Sherry. I don't know. I just kind of bring this up that way. But yeah. Yeah, bust out laughing and stuff. Going there, everything is budget brands. That would be funny. Hey, Kyle. So, yeah, I mean, right now I'm still in the process of trying to recover the amount of money that we're using for Michael. And once that's come back, the same funding will go to create Sherry, and then it will just continue from there. But yeah, that'll take a while. I just wanted to plan it out, who am I gonna be, we're doing it, and then, you know, I'll keep an eye on which picture I'm gonna take down for, give it to the designer. That's the thing. There isn't that many cigars that you can consider as premium price. Maybe like A Fuente and other things that you find in Davidoff. I guess that would consider premium, but even that I only consider that as high end. I mean, there are some $100 cigars where you will call those premium, right? Some Zenos, some Royal blends, some Davidoffs, some Opus X. Those will be premium, but calling an entire shop premium, they better not sell any $5 cigars. Yeah, it does have a little bit of bitterness to it, and that bitterness is not as pronounced in the regular Camacho Conneticut. But we'll see. It's not actually not that bad, especially when I'm drinking sugary drinks. And also another thing that you guys probably already see we're doing right now is I want to find in the group, just find out who hasn't tried any Cuban cigars. I feel like, you know, the number one thing in the U.S. for every cigar smoker is always like, when you feel like once you smoke a Cuban cigar, you have made it. You know, even though Cuban cigar is not a big deal, you travel at all, you'll find Cuban cigars. If you have any knowledge whatsoever, you'll be able to know to go to the legit place to find legit Cuban cigars and just smoke it. Especially if you're an immigrant, you know your country has some sort of Cuban cigar there and here and there. So it's not that big a deal. But then we have people that never tried a Cuban cigar before. We have people that never tried a real Cuban cigar before, despite of spending money to get, you know, the real Cuban and get tricked and whatever the reason is. It looks good on the internet, but I'm guaranteed it's not what it shows. I just feel like though we can help them out, and we can, you know, we have plenty of members that has Cuban cigars. If not, some of them out there smoke Cuban cigars. So I'm pretty sure we can figure something out. We can help those members. But like, you know, before you can take anything, baby steps, right? Step one is to find out who has not have Cuban cigars before, and step two is basically to have you know, find out who can contribute those cigars, and step three is to get it to them and have them smoke it. So, you know, baby step as we go. Also, today we gotta draw the names for dream builders. So if you haven't done the post on that dream builder things by now, it's too late, okay? Because I'm gonna fill all the name into a randomizer and have the randomizer pull names, okay? Alright, so I am going to put names in the randomizers, and then we'll find who wins, okay? If I can find that post. Dream builder, dream builder, dream builder, dream builder. Where is that post? Anybody who posts on it, I'm just gonna consider that you have it, because I know some of them still didn't get their stickers. But you know, I trust everybody. I try many Cubans. I have many more in my humidor. You know, some people don't care for Cubans. I don't particularly care for Cubans, really. So good. Hey, quick 30. How you doing? You smoke cigar? Are you here to chat about cigars? We're about to draw prizes, so bear with me to find my post. Maybe I just search it, Dream Builder. You would think it's easy to find a simple post in the group, but sometimes it doesn't. My D is not working today. Okay, so let's see. You know, surprisingly, the ash is holding though. The ash is holding. I smoke cigars, love cigars. So what do you like to smoke? What do you usually smoke? Today I'm smoking a Camacho Scorpion Fumas. I just want to compare that to the regular Camachos to see how they do, you know, as a Fumas, because the price difference is cannot complain. You cannot complain. $20 something for 16 cigars, you cannot complain. Okay, here we go. So I got a name here. I'm just gonna copy and paste the name in there. We have Travis. Oh shoot! Come on, stay in the side. Here we go. Travis Acord, Joseph, Woodruff, Michael Wells, Jeff Bates, Samuel Shade, Kyle. Keep going down. We'll have Sherry, Alice, Matt, Jocelyn, Joseph, okay. Oliva V, okay. Go to Cigar, also Padron and DTT. Good. So, if you smoke DTT, you know that they have a cigar called Soba Miso Brulee. Do you think Soba Miso Brulee is sweet to you? Come on, this guy is not a member, so if he's you know, I would love to have his input on that particular cigar. Bush, Gary Brook, Pratt, Amy, almost there, almost there. Adam Stevens, Brendan Wells, James Urban, Matt Meadows. Alright, I think that's it. Is that it? Here we go. So it is sweet, and it's only sweet on the tip too. Like I say, I don't think he actually infused the cigar because not the rest of the cigar has a sweetness, but the cap is sweet. So either he infused the cap, sweetened cap, or sweetened glue at the cap. But yeah, that is there. You can't deny that, right? You can't deny that. All right, so. Let me pull this screen over so that you guys can see this screen of names so that you know that I'm picking it out. So we gotta pick 3 winners, right? Where's the prizes? Where's the prizes? There it is. Ugh. Open up the prizes. Okay. Anybody remember what the prize was? I think it was Davidoff, right? And what else was the prizes? The bag, right? We'll have a bag. What else were prizes? Anybody remember? Another Chinese cigar, maybe, I think. So what happened when you didn't write it down? Anyways, we'll say the second prize is the Chinese cigar. I will just send you a Chinese cigar. And the third prize is the cooler bag. So we'll do those 3. Because I don't particularly remember what exactly the prize was, but we can give out prizes. So, all right, let's see how I gotta get this in. Oh, there it is. There we go. That's what I want. All right. So let me get this screen. Okay. Let's see who wins it. Can I just zoom in a particular area? I wonder. I can't just zoom in a particular area. So yeah, that's all you gotta. Here we go. We'll just do it this way. Ready? Let's choose who is the winner. Alright, first winner is Michael Wells. Ha, fortunate. Alright, next. Juan Pardo. Alright. And the last one. Last one. Oh! Gary. Alright. So that's the winners. Michael Wells, Juan Pardo, and Gary are the winners for our Dream Builders project. Thank you for supporting Bob's Dream Builder project. It's not easy. It's not easy to do. To do from become a cigar reviewer to say, you know what, I'm gonna build a studio to do that. That's tough. That's That's tough. So, yeah, I will just pack them at random and then send it out at random. But those three people is gonna receive the prizes. The smoke output on this is really good though. You can tell. Like my test is usually to see if the smoke climbs the cigar. And it does. See, it climbs the cigar. And that's what I consider a good smoke output. If the smoke can actually climb the cigar, I will say that's a good smoke output. For Fumas, this is pretty good. Now, in terms of the structure of the ash, now there's nothing to expect from the structure of ash. After all, it is a Cuban sandwich. The fact that it holds together is already amazing, right? The fact that a Fuma cigar can hold itself together like this is already amazing. So, I don't think it's bad at all. So if you like Honduran cigar, this is not a bad choice. Especially, like I say, for the price, this is below budget, right? This is below budget. $20-something for 16 cigars. That comes to what? Let's calculate. 26. So 16 divided by 26. Actually, not the other way. $1.06 for a cigar. $1.06 for a cigar. I think that's cheaper than the second rounds and stuff like that. $1.06 for a cigar is really, really cheap. Like even average people can smoke this. You know, I'm gonna buy a bunch and send to my brother. Just have him smoke these, cheaper than cigarette. Why would you say that, Hashimoto? Why do you think Michael Wells is one of the luckiest guy in the group? Love to know that. I mean, he contribute a lot. I mean, he is one that spend a lot of time in the group. So I mean, you know, when you're more active in the group, you tend to see more things happening for you, because you're always there to do things. You know, a lot of competition and online, like the sweepstakes and giveaways, tend to go to a lot of same people. Is because those are the only same people that you know jump at it. There are a lot of people that's like, I'm not gonna do it. Like for me, I don't like to do that kind of stuff. So I never win anything. I never win anything because I don't participate. So if you participate more, you gotta win more. That's normal. His name is in pretty much every single thing. He's always participating. So same with Joseph. A lot of time Sherry as well. And we have a lot of members that never wins anything because they're not really into doing that kind of stuff. So hi Andrew. Hey, Christopher Daniel. What is going on? So yeah, that was pretty good. But you can tell, like I'm in a mellow mode. I could have get a lot of things done, but it's one of those things that you know. Right now I'm in a like a forced vacation, and when you are like, in that situation, you lack drive. I don't like to wait for stuff. I hate waiting for stuff. I like when everything's piled on me and I just go, you know what, let's get things done, and really get at it, get things done. But right now I just have zero drive. Zero drive. I feel like everything is slow, it's all waiting, and there's things to be done, like, including wash my bathroom. But like it's just like I don't really want to do it. I don't have drive. I'm just sitting over there, you know, catch up on some videos, sure. But usually when I catch video, I will still do stuff. I just literally sit there and watch videos. You know, watch Bob's video, watch Martina Maya's video, and basically just sit there. And I just don't feel the drive. You know, even though I know that I had a lot of things to get done. I know that I should be getting things done. You know, but it's just like you lack that drive. You lack that eagerness to get things done because you know that even if you do that right now, it's not gonna get done. It's not gonna get done. So like I'm in that phase, mellow phase. Right now is usually the time I'm most busy, but nothing's happening. And a good thing I'm not in a depression or anything. It's like, hey, and you're having vacation and forced vacation, and you complain about it, you know? That's better than some of the people that are forced to work. Forced to work is crazy too. And that's true. Things at rest tend to stay at rest. I really did not feel like to do anything. Like that drive isn't there. That drive isn't there. Now I had plans on Friday. I have to go renew my driver's license. I'm gonna pick up my dog. My dog has doctor appointment on Saturday. But like I did not go like, you know what? I can't wait. I need to get that done. I need to hit that day right now and get it done. I don't have that feel. I don't have that feel. You know, in fact, I say I'm not gonna buy a lot of Davidoff cigars, but that's technically Davidoff, and the Ginza edition I order is Davidoff. I feel like I'm going back to the trend of buying Davidoff again. It's actually not good. I did buy the sampler pack for the American Viking cigar. I want to review with you guys. I was gonna do it today. However, when they arrive, I kind of feel the wrapper a little bit. I think they're a little bit dry, and I don't want to, I don't want to have the same issue with the Filthy Viking where it's too young and you really need some more time to sit there. So I put it back in the humidor. But how many of you actually got the sample pack? I know Sherry tried the Box Rebellion. How do you like it? Do you feel like it's the same thing as before, or do you think it's a big difference? Do you think it's better or worse? What do you think, Sherry? It's 30 minutes. I'm almost done too. I mean, actually, it doesn't burn too slow. It still have some time. It doesn't burn too fast. It still have some time to it. So I wouldn't say this is burned significantly fast in like a 30-minute cigar, but looking for what you think about a Delhi Vilada. Dama Vilada. Isn't that the full body one? Because I had one before. I had one before he released it. Actually, I went to visit him when that was about to get released, and he gave me one. And it was supposed to be a full body cigar. I don't know if I ever smoked it. I think I still have it in my humidor. One second. More favor? 1 second. I think I have the pre-release version somewhere. I just don't know where it is. If I can find it, I can compare it. I don't think that cigar was originally from the old manufacturer anyway. It might be the same cigar. I think it's a little bit better, a little bit more flavor. So yeah, I'm looking forward to try that one too. Factory smoke I have, yes. It's pretty good actually. It's good. It's a good budget cigar. Haven't purchased the sampler. I hope you smoke that one you have right now. No. Never rush to finish what cigars you have before you buy more cigars, because cigars are supposed to get better as they age. So a lot of time, like if you feel like you like certain cigars, you want to let it sit longer and just continue to replenish it. I mean, cigar is that kind of hobby. It's like I don't know. For how do I describe it? Cigar is one of those things that if you continue to replenish, you'll smoke the ones that you go for daily, but you'll be able to keep some for a surprise improvement when you go back to smoke them. So yeah, like if you want to buy some cigar, you want to try some cigar. Cigar is one of those things. It will get discontinued one day or another. You just don't know when. There's plenty of cigar where we waited, and in the end, either having to pay more money for it or couldn't find it anywhere. For one, I think the Andalusian Bowl, that's one of those cigars like everybody don't care for it, and when it win a war, now nobody can find it. No room right now. I don't know. Isn't that the problem of everybody? Come on. That's the problem of everybody. That's why there's a saying that you always want to get a humidor 3 times more space than what you need, because you always end up getting more, right? So one of those things that we talk about is how to store cigars. If you never bought a box before, how do you store cigars outside of your humidor? And I think this is a good way to talk about this right now. You'll see that I always have cigars available right next to my table, either in bags or boxes. And if it's in bags, it's with the Boveda bag. So Boveda pack in there, there's no nothing to be scared of. And something like this, usually you'll see me have a pack of Boveda pack in here, and just like that. All you have to do is just like that and close it. This is how you're meant to stay in there. Yes, but even though it's not 100% sealed, but you'll still keep the relative humidity good enough for that, so that cigar don't dry out, right? Your main point is that cigar doesn't dry out. You don't need the cigar to be super wet. Cigar is more dangerous moist than dry, right? Moist than dry. Why? Because if a cigar is moldy, there's no way to save it, right? If the cigar had a crack, you can glue it back on. So you just need it to be moist. You don't have to worry too much about not moist enough, because you can always, fix that. And drier cigar actually burns better. So you can keep it in the box like this, put a Boveda pack in there, and you don't have to worry about it. Alright? That's how I store a lot of cigars. Something like this, you can't help it because there's a hole in here. So whatever you put in there is gonna leak. But this is one cigar I don't really care for, so that's there. But you'll see that, I will randomly just pull and then I'll have a box of cigar in here. And usually they just have a Boveda pack in there. I just put Boveda pack in there. You can store it right in here. Store it right in here. So, what's in here? Oh yeah, and if you have a cedar, keep the cedar in there. The cedar is gonna regulate some humidity as well. So keep that in there. So I just keep it in the box. So long as you regularly open it up and try to smoke them and check the Boveda pack in there, then yeah, you can actually store it just like that. You don't have to keep it in the humidor. You gotta know this, okay? Back in the days, there is no such thing as humidor, and people kept their cigar just fine. Right? There was no such thing as humidor. I'm pretty sure humidor at first was something like of luxury, something that's very luxurious to have, and then as things gets manufactured in other places, it gets cheaper, and then people start to go, okay, I can have a humidor. Now I usually have Boveda pack available here, so when I feel like some box is extremely dry, I'll toss the bag Boveda pack in there, and it will stay there for a little bit until the next time I check it, it's good. You're not gonna lose flavor from doing that, because what you care for is the oil, not the moisture, So yeah, that's how I keep cigars, literally how I keep cigars. I just randomly pull it. I have plenty of cigars everywhere, and there's no way I can have enough space for all these cigars. So you gotta store them in their own boxes. These boxes were designed for transportations. These boxes were designed for people to put it in the humidor room, which is kind of spotty sometimes, to long term, right? If you think about this, okay, these boxes were in wrappings, right? The shrink wraps and stuff like that. They're actually not getting the humidity from the outside. They're actually store whatever that's inside. Because the humidity isn't gonna go through those bags that was shrink wrapped over the cigars, like these. Like if you wrap this thing, no moisture is gonna go through. So, it's not really getting any humidity from your humidor either. So you just have to make sure that once you open it, you put a humidity pack in there, you'll be fine. Right? So nothing. I think people put too much stress over store their cigars. I think people put too much stress over 70-70, whereas there are arguments that you can keep at 65, you can keep at 60. Some people like 55. I like 45 to 55. I actually like it dry because it burns well. Whenever that's higher than that, especially in Massachusetts, it gets really hard. Like it will start burning. It will not, while I'm chatting with you, the moisture is just gonna be bad. I'm chatting with you right now, and this Fuma is just burning just fine because it doesn't have that much excess moisture. It doesn't have the water that's making it hard to burn. Yeah, if your house is at 72 degrees, plus or minus 2 degrees, and at 53 to 67% of humidity, you can lay your cigar anywhere and don't care. Alright, because your relative humidity is good enough. So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to worry about it that much. You can have cigar anywhere. It doesn't change anything. For me, it's literally everywhere. Drawers, sides, on the floor. Literally, some of them are on the floor because floor is colder. Now, my problem with the Igloo cooler is that the Igloo has those plastic thingies, and they smell once in a while. I just don't like that smell with the humid smell when you open it. It has that smell. Yes, if you have enough cigar in there, it will overtake that smell. That's totally fine. But when you have less cigar in there, it will have that plasticky smell, which I don't like. But then again, like I say, if you have a good condition in your house, enough humidity, in a good temperature, usually colder. Anything that's colder than 70 is fine. All right. So long as your house is lower than 70, you don't have to care, because low temperature is better than hot temperature, right? Because anything higher than 72, 74, you are risking of bugs, right? But cooler than that, you don't have to worry about it. I don't. I have cigar all over the floor in boxes. So I just leave it like that. There was no point to fight it. I mean, I have all my humidor filled. So you can't keep buying more humidor. The only way is to do that. And this is why I have my cigar room over there, where I put the thing on the shelf. You guys see me doing the live in that room. You'll see it on the shelf, because that room is super cold, and basement is the most moisturized place you gotta find in your house. Right? Literally, basement is gotta be most humidity in the entire house. So put it over there. I don't have to worry about it. And again, I do put the Boveda pack in there in case sometimes the basement does go over. In the summer season, I do have a dehumidifier in the basement to take out some excess. Hey Matt. So, it's actually easier to handle cigars than it really is. People stress too much about it. There's no point. There's no point to stress all that just because you're afraid you're not at the perfect 70-70. For cigars, not really. Not really. Cigar is a hobby, right? You don't, you think about cigar, you have to be so anal about 70-70. But when's the last time you check your exact coffee temperature or exact fridge temperature? What's the vegetable temperature you're eating, or the fish temperature? You might check your chicken and pork temperature because you want to make sure it's fully cooked. But that's pretty much it. You don't do anything more than that. So cigar should be the same thing. Dry leaf. You're smoking the oil that's on it. Don't stress too much on it. Don't stress too much on it. I used to though. I used to until I went to one of my friend's house. Literally, he didn't care, and I was like, dude, all these cigars gotta go bad. He's like, I've been doing this for like 10 years. Nothing ever happens. And literally, you think people really keep exact temperature every single time? No, they don't. I mean, you guys seen that gimmicky thing that you poke into the cigar? When you poke in there, it's not always the same, right? When you have a stack of cigars sitting like this in your humidor, cigars over here in the middle, it's gonna get less humidity than the rest of them. So it's the same thing. It's really the same thing. Not to worry about it. Look, the amount of smoke this thing is producing is great. I say this is pretty good quality. I say this is pretty good, surprisingly good quality. I think this is gonna sell pretty well. Any cigar store that carries this, I'm gonna buy more. I'm gonna buy a bunch and send it to my brother because it's so cheap. So cheap, right? So if I buy 100 sticks, I'm only spending not much. So 16. I will spend $160 over 100 sticks. That's cheap. Okay, most people will spend $162 to buy a box of cigar of 20 or less. This, I can get 100 cigar for 162. I'll buy a bunch of this and send it to my brother. This really, really is it. Really is it. It's pretty good. I think he'll like it too because it's mild. This isn't mild, but the flavor is there. The strength is not. It's nowhere close to anything, but the flavor is there. Yeah, single puff. It got my entire thing to like fog up. Very nice cigar. Very nice cigar. So yeah, 100 stick for $162, cheap. I said that's really, really good. Look, I just took a small puff and the smoke just coming out. Now at this humidity, I say it's great. And this went through 3 days of shipping, 3 days of shipping, and I can guarantee this is not 70 right now. This is gonna be colder than 70 and less than 70% humidity for sure. Guaranteed. Because this sat on my outdoor here in front of my garage for like half a day. It's great. Burns a little bit wonky here and there, but that should be expected because it is a Cuban sandwich. You don't always burn even. but it stayed lit. I think it will correct itself. Not bad at all. While I'm at it, what is you guys' favorite budget cigar? Now, what do you go to when you smoke a budget cigar? What is the brand? What is the cigar that you smoke for budget cigar? And when I say budget cigar, less than $6. What is your go-to budget cigar less than $6? Martin! Martin just got home. What is a better value stick to buy, that Fuma or factory smoke? That really depends on you though. Factory smoke, I think is really good. You can get Maduros, and you can the Maduro factory smoke is really good. I've not tried the Maduros for the Scorpion Fumas, but for Conneticut, I would say this is a great value. $1.60. It's got a lot of great tasting. This I'm not even kidding. This thing actually tastes really, really good. And I'm not partial to that. I was planning to flame the shit out of this, okay, and then it actually tastes pretty good. So I say this is great. This Fuma is great. Oliva Protege. I say you guys should try this. Other than the fact that these little bits will come out as you smoke them, this is a good cigar. Dark Sharks that CI sells. I might look into the classic cigar from United. It's all long filler for about $2 each. That's interesting. That's an interesting price range though for a long filler, because I can understand these are just leftovers. You know, whatever they cut the sides for, you know, for trimming out the cigars and stuff like that, they have leftovers, and they use it to make fumas. But for full long fillers to cost $2, that's really, really cheap. Charter Oak's Maduro is really, really good. Buffalo 10 I've not tried. Esteban Carrera, Vigilante. I was sad that one time it took off the market. Hey, Fernando, did you like the obrigado? I'm not gonna say anything more than that, other than asking you if you like obrigado. But yeah, you know, budget cigar has definitely have a place in everybody's humidor for sure. Just had to find the right one. But Charter Oak is definitely a good cigar. Long filler, I got one sampler from Cigars Daily a year ago. I really liked it. I had to look. The classic cigar. Oh, it's the one with the band that just says classic on it? But yeah, a lot of time I tend to forget about the budget cigars, because you guys know I have so much regular cigars that I never get to it. But if you ask me would I smoke a budget cigar, hell, I would. I just don't have a lot of it. Because a lot of time I'm one of those impulse buyers. If the presentation is good, I buy it, right? So I have a lot of those. But one of the thing about budget cigars is that it has no presentation. Presentation is not in its consideration, because that saves them money. Indirectly, it saves you money. So, you know, something like this little piece of paper that says Fumas, that was it. So no presentation. But because I like Camacho cigars, so I was willing to give this a try. And surprisingly, this is really good. So The classic cigar, that one I tried before. The one with just a classic band, I did not like that one. The tobacco itself tastes. I don't know if I call that underaged or just sort of bland to me. There we go. Fernando, you can trade with Matt. But yeah, I hated the fact that they used that band. It just says classic on it. But yeah, I am. There's definitely room to try budget cigar. I mean, Matia Maya has those series that compare bundle cigars. So if you haven't watched those series, if you're new here, make sure to check out Matia Maya's channel, Matia Maya Cigar Review, Matia Maya Cigar Reviews on YouTube. He's got, you know, like similar to Battle Wednesdays, he have bundle cigar battles here and there. So those videos are good to watch if you're shopping for budget cigars. I have some good budget cigar, a nice band to hand out here in Mexico to police when they search. Now, see, that's the thing with budget cigars; they don't really have nice bands. But yeah, this thing I tried this. In fact, this thing can just give them the entire pack. This entire pack is $20-something. It's like, here you go, police. You guys can share it all you want. And they tell them that Honduras cigar is Camacho, so that might do it. That might do it. Battle of the bundles. There we go. It's ridiculous amount of smoke. Look at this. This thing has smoke. This thing is quality. I don't know why would I call it $1.60 cigar quality, but look at this. Look at this. Here. See this? Holy shit. Now this is a good cigar. I recommend it. You gotta try this. You guys should try this. You guys have to try this. This might be the David Abhor talking, but I'm showing you guys how much smoke this thing produces. This thing produces as much smoke as well, maybe not as much as the Gurkha Ghost. That thing creates non-stop smoke. But this thing, every puff, it's got smoke. Does that look like a still picture? That smoke is so thick. That smoke is so thick from this thing. You know, I don't even care about the ash being long or not on this one because it does taste great. It's got flavor. It's mild. So it's a very easy cigar. It still lasted a whole hour. I can smoke this for a whole hour. So it's worth $1.60. Hell yeah! I think this is worth more than $1.60. This is worth more than $1.60. I'm very happy about this one. I'm gonna buy more. Anybody who haven't tried this one yet should definitely try it. And but again, if you don't like Honduras cigars, you probably wouldn't like it because this thing does have that characteristic of manly, like a cigar lounge smell to it. A lot of smoke. A lot of smoke. It's definitely worth it. I'm surprised. I was gonna say, you know, I was planning in my mind to say, what the hell, Camacho? Why do you make something like this? And turns out this was pretty good. And this is gonna stay right here and be my daily smoke now. This is good. This is good. This is worth the test on this thing. Holy cow! Where did I put the paper? Oh yeah, there it is. Worth a try. Worth a try. With that said, where's Michael Wells? Where's Michael Wells? He's usually here. He's not here today, even though he have plenty of time chatting today. It really beat up a storm going on here. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was, you know, you see in the CD has those, yes. CD has those. Let me double check. That's where I got it from. We still have them. And they have multiple sizes, and they have Maduros on it. So if you like the Maduros better, they have it. So if I just type it in, Fuma. Yeah, if you type in Fumas, you'll see them right away. So they have sun-grown Churchill, and sun-grown Robusto. Sun-growns are more expensive, $30. Alright, Conneticut Robustos are $30.99. Okay, so it's a little bit more. What I think is $26. So it's $1.80. It's $1.80. SSL code, did that happen? Yes and no. Because right now they are working on the American Viking cigar, and they don't want to allow discount on those cigars whatsoever, because like I told you guys, for Cigar Daily to get American Viking cigars, it costs them more than any other shop. So they're not doing that right now. Oh, there we go. That's probably, I remember it's at $20 something, but even at $1.08, they're not bad. Yes. Rico Dorado used to be one of my go-to budget sticks because it tastes pretty good. I buy those like cigarello size though. That's the size I buy. They do have a Robusto size. I've never tried them with a Robusto size, but it is in that sampler pack that I have upstairs in the humidor. So I will try that too sometime next week. But Rico Dorado is pretty good. I don't know if they changed that too. They might have changed the blend for that one too. Rico Dorado is a pretty good stick, in my opinion. I really like those tiny budget sticks, tiny cigarellos. Whenever I talk to you guys about things, I want to show you guys, but I moved them the last time I went to places. I don't know where it is right now. You know those tiny boxes of cigars I have for the Davidoff? That's what I usually go to, because I like those small cigars where you smoke one cigar and you're like, I'm not too satisfied. I want a little bit more. And that's the time where I take out those small cigars and smoke, for another 10-15 minutes. Those are really worth it. So if you're that kind of person where you will smoke a cigar and sometimes you're not too satisfied with how long you smoked or how much enjoyment you got out of, those tiny cigarello cigars is great. Probably never. Matt, to answer your question, is probably never. I don't know how to show you guys. I mean, they're just so full. Every time I take it out, I had to redo it. I had to re-put it in there. I don't know what to show you guys. I can show you a small one, a couple small ones, but I have so many all over the place. I know that if I show one, I'll end up having to show all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to put myself in that situation where it's like, today I'm going to show you humidor number 1. Tomorrow I'm going to show you humidor number 2. The next day I'm going to show you humidor number 3 upstairs and humidor number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 in my bedroom. And then I have to show you guys downstairs as well. So that's going to take forever. No, I'm not putting myself in that situation. And then when I go to Japan, I'll be like, hey guys, I'm going to show you guys these. Humidor number 15 to 65 in Japan. And then I have to show you, I have to travel to show all of that. No. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna show it. Like if I cribs, I don't have a house that big. I don't have like, here is our gaming room, and here is our pool room, Here's a home theater room. Here is where I just chill. Here is where I let those, blah, blah, blah. Really that many? Kudos to you. I have probably altogether, by last year, I probably close to 4,000 cigars now. So, like, they're all over the place. Like I say, I already run out of humidor spaces. They are just on its own boxes. I don't have that much humidor spaces. So, literally, my mother-in-law was like, why don't you just go open a cigar store and put all your cigar in one humidor and sell them? Because she really doesn't like how I spend a lot of money on cigars. She's like, I have so many cigars. I was like, don't touch those. Those are hard to find. Those are rare cigars, blah, blah, blah. I collect those. She's like, how much are they worth? And I told her how much some of the cigar worth. And she goes, no, you need to sell them, make more money. I was like, you got to be kidding me, right? Like, if I sell them, I got to spend more money to buy it back. Yeah, so she's like, you need to open a cigar shop and just put them, She said the same thing about my toys. Hey, cigar in a jar. She said the same thing about my toy. My toy is everywhere. If you never see my toy, I have the whole entire rounds of my room. All the way down there, it's all my toys. All the cabinet over here is all my toys. And she's like, sell your toys. I was like, no. I took me that long to collect those. You tell me to sell it? So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Your back go through the custom X-ray. You'll be my customer. No, the point of me buying it is not to sell them, so that I have them. I don't know. I'm a hoarder. I keep things everywhere. I have things everywhere. Literally, my mother-in-law said the same thing about my shoes. I have the same shoes, 3 or 4 pair of those. Okay, I have 3 or 4 pair of the same shoes. On the shoes I actually like. So I'm the type of person that just collects them and forget that happened. Yeah. Whew. So yeah, one of the things that we need to reschedule is the inch cigar. I just found a day to smoke that inch cigar together. So I'll put that on the schedule, the events again, once I figure out which day we're going to smoke that again. Again, the Cuban cigar thing, we're going to figure out how many people have not smoked Cuban cigar in our group. And then we will probably go through that and resolve that problem. We have others. What other events we have going on that's not resolved yet? What's not resolved yet? Oh yeah, by the way, we're having a fundraiser raffle. If you haven't do the fundraiser raffle, make sure to remember to do it. We have another week and a half before we draw. And might throw in more stuff. I don't know. We haven't hit our goal yet. Haven't recovered the goal to recover the amount of money that we use to trademark our logo. So I'm trying to not go negative too much in the beginning of the year, and then try to recoup some of the money so that we can do more fun stuff with it. But yeah, that's the plan right now. So if you haven't done that, we do have multiple prizes on those, including backpacks. So if you don't have a backpack, now is the time to do it. All right. Okay, so that goes our 1 hour, 1 cigar Wednesday. So I've done the cigar, and I think that's pretty much it for today. Saturday, I'll find something more substantial. Maybe smoked out Ginza, because I'm kind of like, thinking about. Is there a link in the raffle? Or if you're in the group, it's right in the announcement, actually. Yep. If you go into the group Facebook, and then you look at the announcements, right at the announcement, right in the announcement, and the goal is to hit 450, but right now we're about 300 something, so we're not there yet. And then also the picture of what is being raffled off, including the 2 cigar packs, are in there too. One of the cigar pack has the Journey cigar, the Voice cigar, Reserva, Maduros, 2 Casa Cuevas, one of those like Lancero but not really Lancero, and also another one that has Cuban cigars in there, I think. Yep, has Cuban cigar in there. So if you don't have Cuban cigar before, it's worth the try to hit 2. Okay. All right, so that's that. That is that. I think that's it. Gotta go tend to the missus because she wasn't feeling well today, so I don't want to take too long to stay here. I have my cigar. I'm happy. Definitely worth a try. All right, Fuma is definitely worth a try. $27 or $30. I think they're worth a try. They're really good. Surprisingly good to me. So give it a try. Scorpion Fumas. All right. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the group, and if not, I'll see you guys on Saturday 9 p.m. Cool. Quick 30. Love to see you next time too. The next show we'll do Wednesday and Saturday. So make sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell, so that you know whenever we go on. All right. Have a good night, everybody. I will see you guys next time.